So if somebody exposes this side to you, and that could be because you drove under it and made them turn away, or because they like to show their back to escape. Some people do, right? But if somebody starts to turn away from you, then you can like either gift wrap or dig the deep seatbelt and start working your chair sit right from there. And you see I put the hook in second, you can do that. It's more secure the way I showed you last time, but there's different variations. Okay. So no, if someone turns and exposes their back to you on the near side, like this isn't a problem. Okay. But more often than not, people are not afraid to expose this shoulder off the floor. They want to get that shoulder off the floor so they can bridge and shrimp and invert and do all kinds of stuff. Okay. So going to get the back over here is more of a problem because it's further from you, but it's also going to happen way more often. So if you want to get good at taking the back from side control, you have to get good at going to get the far shoulder. Okay. This will happen less often and will be a lot easier for you to figure out that, oh, I can just do the move. I don't even have to go get to it. Okay. So somebody is turning into us, right? They're turning into us with an underhook or they're turning into us with a frame. Okay. If they're turning into us with neither of those things, then we're already in control. You know, we can just flatten them back down, no problem. But when they come up with some sort of tool to create separation, like a frame or a tool to control the clinch, like an underhook, then they're able, if you let them, to make something of that. Okay? So somebody comes up on an underhook, the easiest direction for us to go is around. But if somebody comes up with a frame, a lot of times it's easier for us to go this way. Okay? And that can happen a lot of different ways. Sometimes you already had control like this from your pass and they start to turn into you and bridge sort of recklessly, right? And they expose their back, right? Or you backed up and pulled them to expose their back, right? Those are the easier scenarios. More commonly, people have a frame across your collarbone like that, okay? Across your neck. When somebody has this, I try to position myself at the end of it, like near the elbow. And that way, when they turn and bridge into me, if they push too hard, it'll slip, right? And like I could slip with my body, my head, or I can use my hand sometimes. He comes out, boom, and I'm in position. Now from here, grip one on the far shoulder, grip two around the hip. All I have to do is step my knee over my arm and now pull him in front of me as I chair sit. Okay? Now, what you don't want to do here, bridges, what you don't want to do here is hold him super tight here on this angle. Because then when you chair sit, you're actually going to give him a pretty good chance to get back to the floor or even to come out on top of you. Okay? You're pulling him in front of him. Okay? He bridges recklessly. I slip it. I step over. Right? And now I pull him in front of me as I sit in back of him. Right? And there's lots of variations of this. Some are more aggressive. Like, sometimes you don't even have sometimes it's like this. Like you have a grip on someone's head and they bridge and they miss. I'll still try it. You know what I mean? Because when I land here, I'll have a really choke. Right? So you've seen Gordon Ryan do that sometimes, right? So just understanding that you can adapt this move to other scenarios, but the most common thing you're going to get. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. No problem. So the most common thing you're going to get is this look. Basically what you would have for a head and arm or a head pin. Right? And if somebody brings themselves back to the floor when you start to attack this, well then, go ahead. You know, you can go right into a head and arm. this is probably the back take that I use most now. So when I pass, I'm usually passing with like body locks or cross faces. So when I get to here, I'm often facing this frame. And I won't just let them bridge. I'll drive into them. But that makes them bridge desperately and push hard, and then it slips. Okay? I keep my grips. Lean into their shoulder with your shoulder. So look. Drive their shoulder up. Sit around. Pull them across. Okay? Great position for a body triangle. Great position to work arm traps. Just remember that if you land over here, your head might be in the wrong position. So correct your head as quickly as possible. Okay? Alternate variation of the move. If he bridges, I slip, go for it. Right? If I don't like to use these tight grips, I can do the same lean, post, and just pass my knee inside of my hand. And come around. Okay? One more time. Your opponent bridges and you manage to beat their frame. We lean, post, step over, chair sit across, and pull them to the other side, making sure to place our head on the bottom if we have the underhook on the bottom. Let's give that a shot, guys.